Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Me Driving to Work. I am your host slash chauffeur, Darkness 30XX of the Black Hood Crew. That's BHC underscore Darkness 30XX. Name is written there in the corner, easy to see. As always, chat is open on that side of the screen for everyone to see what each other is typing. By all means, follow along on YouTube and Facebook at the Black Hood Crew, and then follow along at my name directly on Steam, TikTok, I forget where the hell I stream now. Twitter, Twitch, Steam, TikTok, Instagram, Trovo. So yeah, follow along. I don't go live on Instagram and TikTok because they refuse to cooperate with Restream.io, which is what I use to rebroadcast all of this to various locations. So until they get their proverbial selves together, you'll just have to follow along on TikTok and Instagram and see what I post there occasionally. The usual garbage that I do. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it going. On our way to work. It is currently Tuesday, April 12th of 2022, and I'm on my way to work. I will tell you, yesterday, for it being a Monday, which tend to be notorious for being overly busy days, was actually not too bad. You know, specifically talking about a Monday. Yeah, not too bad. If anything, Sunday, the day before, was busier than the actual Monday. What is this? So I'm trying to make my way to work, and I currently see police blocking the road. For whatever reason. So I'm going to go around them as best as I can because they are currently blocking the road. So I'm going to find my way around, which, more anything else, is just a slight detour than anything else. Sorry, take my eyes off the stuck in my throat there. Yeah, just a quick detour, get around these people and whatever they got going on that's currently blocking the road. You know what? We'll go this way. Thought I could see down the road, but I could not. Come on, don't. God, why would you do that? Cats. Almost completely made it across the road, then decided to double back. And here I come barely down the road in this damn truck. Good thing I was paying enough attention. Alright, I think I made it past the issue. Yes, I did. So given the fact that I am now past, way past, the police blockade they got going on there, back on the road. So, like I was saying before, the past 2 Mondays actually haven't been as occupied. Mondays haven't been as occupied as the days previous, Sundays. The past two Sundays have just been very busy. This past Sunday was busy, but not as busy as the Sunday before. My first day back um, wasn't as busy, but still had our issues. People just, again, nothing better to do than to waste our flipping time. But we'll see how today goes. Tuesdays tend to be very chill, as opposed to some other days of the week. Come on, don't try to cross the street. If I hit you with this, it's over for you. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and keep it going. Come on, folks, let's go. Let's go. Light screen. Let's go. Go. Perfect. Made it. So yeah, gotta keep it going and get to work. So as it stands right now, I'm still making pretty good time, even though I left a little bit later than I normally do. But I am still moving with the healthy optimism as well as the time, barring any idiots that get in my way, to still make it to work early, or early enough where I can find myself a decent parking space, again, because of the size of this truck, away from other people's cars, so that I can safely and without incident not only park the car, but also get out of the parking spot and make it to work without, again, hitting anybody or anything. And I think I'm doing pretty good time. Of course, barring that, dude, let's go. People. Don't you just love it when you get to a particular part of a road, street, avenue, whatever, and there are a succession of streetlights, and they're just not in sync at all. One is red, one is green. Sometimes the next one down is green, but you're stuck at the one before and it's red, and you're just like, why? Why? Anyway, lights are going to start changing soon. Hopefully, we can start moving and just getting out of the way, getting to where we need to go. We'll see. Hopefully, we don't have any more, fools on the road, people in my way, road being blocked for whatever reason. Come on, folks, lights green. Come on. An ambulance. Hopefully that's not going anywhere near where I live. Anyway, so as some of you may know, I do have now a 3D printer. So I currently own a Ender 3 Pro. Now, it may not be the newest model on the market when it comes to 3D printers. It may not use the latest technology, 3D print technology that, say, some other brands or even newer models of the Ender line utilize. However, after flying here, there we go, and it's gone just like that. So, what was I saying? Oh, 3D printer. So, even though it's not the latest model or using the latest technology, it is still a very solid and fairly easy to use piece of hardware. I have actually printed a couple things. The first thing I ever 3D printed, and it took about 2 hours-ish to print, was a Pikachu, about that big in height. The follow-up was Eevee, and those I gave to my kids. And it was twofold. First, it was more of a test. Did I put the machine together properly, first of all, than anything else? But also, do I fully understand and grasp not only the functions of the machine and how to properly operate it, but also the 3D software you use to generate the print files, which get saved onto a micro SD card and put in a machine. The other reason I printed a Pikachu and Eevee is because those are my kids' favorite Pokemon. The older one prefers Eevee, the younger one prefers Pikachu. So, again, it was both a test of my ability to understand that not only did I put the machine together properly, which it did not come made already, I had to put it together, but I also understand how the machine works itself, as well as the software, in order to properly use the 3D models and create the files to print the models, and also because I wanted to give something nice to the kids. So I made my first 2 prints something they would enjoy. I'm actually working on a project now. I think I might have mentioned this before. This is for a coworker of mine, very good friend of mine. This is my first request when it comes to 3D printing. And it is from an old anime from back in the day. I would say maybe the 60s or 70s. It was normally broadcast in Spanish countries, and it goes under the name of Mazinger Z. And I have currently printed, and this is complete, the head, both hands up to here, right here, as well as the entire chest area with the sockets for the shoulder, neck, and for the midriff area to be connected. Those parts are done, ready. The only thing is they need a little bit of sanding to smooth them out, but otherwise the parts are ready for assembly once I have the next parts that go in between. You know, like the couplers for the shoulders, the upper arms, the legs, pelvic area, the neck where the head attaches to, you know, things like that. But that's part of the group of prints that I'm printing as we speak right now. So this morning when I woke up with the intention of going to my other job, which I don't stream trips here because it's literally like 5 minutes away. That would be completely useless. But I set this particular group, and by group I mean this is multiple models printing at the same time, with the intent of trying to condense or reduce the amount of times I'm firing of the machine. Basically consolidating more models into a single print file. Now, the neat thing about the software is that when it does begin the print process, it still does by layers, as they all do, but because there are multiple models, it'll jump from one source point to another and build the layers up from there. And as each one gets finished, it ignores those completed model areas, and the needle doesn't even go toward that section of the printing surface, and instead remains jumping between the points or the models that still have not been finished. Now, of the models that I have chosen to be part of this particular group of models to be printed simultaneously, one model is the tallest of them all, and it's actually toward the back end of the plate. So far, after viewing the print process, as about the time I left, it was at a 47% completion of the total print time. 47%. I believe 2 or 3 of the models are actually completed, while other ones are continuing to be worked on. And again, this is from the bottom up, printing on a y-axis, not y-axis, x-axis, no, z-axis, down. Because 3D uses 3 points of axis. You have the y, which is normally forward and back, at least in the sense of this particular machine. It's forward and back. The z-axis is the actual movement of the print needle left and right, at least when viewing the machine from the front. And then the z-axis is the vertical movement up and down, again, from viewing the machine from the front. This basically puts you in a position to gauge which models are not only completed, but which ones remain, and where the print head is going to end up as it finishes toward the end. Now, because of one of the models being the largest of the group, it will be the last model to be finished. Turn away, lady. Thank you. Someone with a brain in their skull. Anyway, so this particular model, this 3D print file, the last model, is toward the back of the build plate on the left-hand side toward the machine. So as the other ones get finished, again, like I said, the needle will not need to, the print head will not need to pass over those areas anymore. And will instead focus on the ones that still have layers to be printed, with that largest one in the back being the last one that needs to be printed. And I fully intend to, when I get home tomorrow morning, to go ahead and remove the completed models and set them aside, simply because, it will be around 1 a.m. when I'm getting home. Remove them, prepare the surface to set another print job, which would require not only removing the models, but also using my little spatula to clean off any excess filament material that was left on the print surface, either from its initial start of print, or any remaining filament that remains stuck even after pulling the models off. So that I can get it ready, because tomorrow morning I will be leaving, going out of town, so there will be no streams for the rest of the week. Not Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. No streams for the rest of the week. Not only because I will be going out of town, but also because I finished the storyline for Cyberpunk 2077. And at least with one of, I would assume, many of endings that you can acquire based on your decisions through the game. But also give me time to put some thought behind what the next game will be as I... Wow. Dick moved. Idiot. Flippin' moron. Anyway. Get out, get out. There we go. Geniuses, every last one of them. Anyway, so the next project that I will be doing only has 2 pieces. However, the size of the pieces themselves take up almost the entirety of the vertical print area of the Ender 3 Pro. Not the entirety of the Y and X axis though, because it sits vertically, or at least on end, and then the 2 halves are just joined in the middle, which I bought glue for that very reason. But this next project, along with the spikes that go along the sides, is, if you've never heard of it before, now's your chance. Get it while it's hot. Majora's Mask. That is right. The final boss from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, originally released on the N64 way back when, is my next print project. Yes, Majora's Mask. It will be sanded and painted to again match the color scheme of the mask from the game. Because just the design of the mask is so flippin' cool. Really, like, it's extremely impressive. And I fully intend to make it wearable by attaching the necessary straps. Shut your face. I'm assuming I gotta recheck the model, but I don't think it has dedicated anchor points for stripes. So I would need to finagle or attach at some point on the model anchor points for, I want to go with a 3-point strap. For anybody that's ever used the Oculus Quest 2, or even really any kind of mask that has weight to it or something you wear on your face, like a welding mask or anything like that, they use, at the minimum, a 3-point or 3-band, 3 anchor point system. Usually it's anchor points on either side of the head, usually around in line to where, say, your ears are, or your temple, as it goes around, as one band wraps around, and then the last anchor point will be somewhere right in the middle of the forehead, right around here, with a strap that goes over and attaches to the horizontal strap. I will be doing that because not only is the mask going to be essentially an art piece to hang in my room, but it will be worn. And I would hope you expect some streams to at least showcase the mask once it is complete, as well as a couple others that I have down in the proverbial pipeline of projects. As well as I plan on creating an enclosure for the Ender 3 Pro, if for no other reason than to sneeze there. If not for anything, to just have my 3D printer in a place where the sound will be dampened more than anything, so that I can put prints that will take day and a half, 2 days. One of the projects I have, which I have not mentioned on here because I won't just yet, would actually need 2 days to print. That would require either me leaving the room completely for 2 days, which not going to happen, or I set up some sort of sound dampening system. In this case, it would be an enclosure of some sort for the Ender 3 Pro that will dampen or even hopefully completely eliminate the noise so that the printer can work while I sleep. But on that regard, we're going to go ahead and cut it out. I've made it here with enough time to get out and get to the door. Again, follow along. Name in the corner for normal social medias: Twitch, Twitter, Steam, Trovo, Instagram, and TikTok, but also the Black Hood Crew on YouTube and Facebook. Until next week, when I come back on Monday for another episode of me driving to work, have a good day, have a good night, and be excellent to each other.